Hello and welcome to our 20th and the last session in this Unity gaming profile creation. In this session, we are going to publish our game to different platforms. Once you have built the game in Unity, it is now time to share our work with the end users. So the end users will be using different platforms like a Windows PC or a Mac OS or a Linux machine, or it might be a mobile phone or even the web. In this session, we are going to build our entire Unity profile application on two main platforms. One is the Windows platform and another is the WebGL or the web platform. And once we build it to the web platform, Unity itself has a dedicated site for game developers called as Unity Play. This is the best place to share all your work and also share your profile. So in this session, we are going to compile all the scenes that we have created and we are going to build our Unity gaming profile to both Windows, WebGL and Unity Play format. As usual, we are going to begin with launching the Unity Hub, come into the project, and we have our Unity profile project that we are working from the last 19 sessions here. If you come into YouTube page or in your e-learning description page, come into the description, click on more, and if you scroll down, you have the Patreon link here. Click on the Patreon link to open it. Now in this Patreon link, if you scroll down, you have one link here, Unity profile ready to publish.zip. Click on this link. This is around 2.5 GB in size, and once it is downloaded, copy this downloaded file into your Unity projects folder. You have it here, Unity profile ready to publish. Right click on this and choose extract all, and once all the files are extracted, come into the Unity Hub and in add, come into add project from disk, come to Unity project and open the folder that you just now extracted and click on open here. But right now I cancel it because I have my last 19 sessions project already existing here. So I will click on this to launch my Unity project. Now once our Unity project is launched, come into file and you have an option here, build profile. The keyboard shortcut for this is Ctrl+Shift+B, and here you have on the left hand side platform. Right now Windows it is showing active. You have Mac OS, Linux, Windows Server, Android, iOS, Web, Universal Windows platform. You have all the platforms here. You can even publish to PlayStation, MetaQuest. Right now all these are grayed out because we haven't installed the required platform APIs. If you doesn't see this platform, or if you have any one platform here and if you want to add any additional platforms here, then just close this build profile, come into Unity Hub, and in your installed version, you can click on manage and choose add modules. Here you can select the platforms. If any of the platform is not installed, you can select it and click on continue. Right now, all the platforms are already installed in my machine. I am going to now close this. Coming back to my Unity editor, I will come to file, build profile, and the very first platform I am choosing is Windows. I am going to come into this player setting. Click on the player setting. You can give a company name. I am going to call this as Satvik Infotech, and the product is my profile. Remember, never use any special character or space in this company name and product name, and this should not start with a number. If you want, you can add version number also, and here you can add your own default icon and default cursor. So I will leave the cursor as the default cursor, and for the default icon in Photoshop or in any of the image editing software, you create a new 512 by 512 pixel image, and right now I have already created this image. Coming back to Unity profile, I will close my project setting and this build profile. I will come into my asset. I will right click and choose import new asset. Browse to the folder where I saved my icon and click import. And once it is imported, I will come back to file, build profile. I will come into player setting, and in the default icon I click on select, and here I am going to search for Satvik. You can see the Satvik icon added. You can see here the platform chosen is Windows, I can choose the icon sizes, different icon sizes. In resolution and presentation, either I can go in for full screen mode. Since I doesn't have a quit button here, instead of full screen mode, I will choose windowed and I will set the size of my window. I leave it at 1024 by 768. Thing is, you have a splash image. This is the image that is going to appear initially when you launch your program. And for splash image, I am going to select 1920 into 1080 resolution image. So here I have created a 1920 into 1080 image with my title and logo. I am going to save this. Then again I will come into Unity. I will close this project setting and build profile. I will come back into asset, right click and again choose import new asset. And I am going to select this Satvik_splash file and import it. Now again I will come into file, build profile, come into player setting and in splash image I am going to click here select and again I will type Satvik here and select Satvik splash image. Then if I scroll down and you have an option here, show Unity logo. If you want to show Unity logo, you can show it, and if you want to add any other logos, you can add it, leaving all other things default. Close this player setting. I will open scene list and see that my main menu is index 0, 2D game is 1, 3D game is 2, art gallery is 3, treasure hunt is 4, zombie game is 5. So I have 5 menus with the main menu. I will close this build profile. I will again come into build profile. I can choose the platform Intel 64-bit, build and run on local machine or remote device. I can enable it. Now finally when I click on the build button, in your Unity project Unity profile, now I will create a folder called Windows, and now in this Windows folder I am going to select it, and now it will take some time for to compile the script and make my build ready. Now once the build is complete, you can see my profile.exe has your own logo as icon, and if you just double click on this, you see made with Unity screen, and after that you have your profile opening here. Say I can select 2D living room. When I click on it, you have this 2D living room game and I can move this, and only thing is you can see my player is getting cut. My game is actually not correctly scaled to my screen size. I will close the application and in the build profile, come into player setting, and here in resolution and presentation, in full screen mode, instead of windowed, I use this maximized window, and then I will close this. And now if I build the same file in Windows folder and I am going to click this select folder and I am going to build it again, and now if I double click my profile.exe, now it is in full screen and you have the window also at the top. Now if I click on 2D living room, the entire screen is visible. I can go through it. Either I can press escape or click on the back button. 3D game programming. Okay, so this is working fine. You have the back button, click on it. Art gallery, I can click here, press Alt A D and I can scroll around and go through my art gallery, and again I will click back here. Then you have treasure hunt game. This also works fine. I will press escape. Then finally you have the zombie shooter game, and even this game I can move around, I can fire, play the game and then press escape. And if you want to close it, I have maximized window and you have the close button here. Clicking on it, I can quit the program. Now coming back to Unity, I will close the build profile. And one thing I want in my main menu scene is, if I come into the game view and if I see it, the background appears too plain and I want to add some objects in the background. So I will come into this main menu scene, come into the scene view, and if you come into the asset Unity profile contents prefab, you have my prefabs, and in this we had created some rooms here. Here I can drag my kids room over here and put it at the background, and I can come into inspector and reset it to 000. Then I will right click, turn around, I can move this behind this layout like this, come into the game view and you can see how it appears and I can just adjust the position correctly, and also I can come into the view here and enable perspective, and I can turn around with middle mouse click. I can move around. I can select my main camera. I will enable the camera view, and I can just move it to the top a little like this, to tilt it down a little like this, and if required I can move it a little closer, and I can even move it a little to the top. And if I come into the game view, so I have in the background a room. I can select my kids room and come into the scene view, and along the Z axis I can move it forward a little like this, and also move it little to the top here like this, and I can adjust the position. I can go to file, save this, and now if I execute the game, you can now see your menu is present against your kids room background. So stop the playback. Now again I will save this, come into build profiles, and again I am going to build it, come into Windows folder, and I am going to select the folder and build it. If I launch myprofile.exe, you can now see that it opens with this background, and I can just move around and check this. Okay, so this is working fine. I will come back to back and I will close it. Now our next mission is to build it for the web platform. So if I come into the build profile, now I am going to select the web platform, and first here I have to switch for the platform. You have an option here, switch platform. Click on the switch platform and wait till all these platform components are installed. After about 2 minutes, all the APIs and scripts are installed, and once the script is installed, you can see now scripts are getting compiled, and once the compilation is over, build run will become active. Now again I will come into the player setting, and I leave the logo, all these things as it is, and you can now see the icon from Windows setting has changed to this web setting. Again resolution here, and some templates are available here. You have default, minimum, PWA. Say for example I select PWA. Remember, this should be of the ratio 16:9. I can make it 1000 to 80 by 720. If you want any detail about the product description, I will write here, this is Dr. Rudindra SG web profile. Splash image, I have already added it. I will scroll down, and in other setting I leave everything as it is. I am not making any changes. And coming down, you have publish setting. You have compression format set to Brotli, and you have Brotli gzip, and sometimes on some server this compression is not going to work. So I am going to disable this compression. I will just close this player setting, and coming into the web setting, now I will click on build. In Unity project, Unity profile, I will create a new folder called web, and I will select this folder and click on select folder here, and wait for the script to get compiled and build our web version. Once the web version is ready, you can come into this web folder, open it, and you have one Index.html file. You cannot directly double click this and launch this program. This requires a web server. So I will click OK here, and I will close this, and you have to install a simple web server. Come into browser and choose simple web server and select this simple web server, and you can download it and install it. And once this is installed, see I already have this simple web server here. I will open this, and I will click on this server here, and in the folder path I will give the path to Unity project, Unity profile, web. I select this path, click select folder, and I will click on save changes, and I will now click on this 127.0.0.1.80.80 is the port, and when I click on this, you can now see this is going to run on the web. So I can click and play around the game here using this. Okay, sound, everything is now working fine. Your game is now ready to be hosted on the server. So if you have your own server, you can host it and share the link. But if you doesn't have a server, you can come into your browser and type Unity Play, and this will bring you to this play.unity.com site. Click on this link, and the first thing you have to do here is come here and you have to sign in. So with your email ID and password, sign in into your play.unity.com account. Use your Unity account and sign in, and then you have one upload button here. Click on upload your game. Come back to your web folder where you had created your web package. I am going to select all the files, right click and choose compress to and compress it as a zip file. Now I am going to right click and rename this zip file as my profile. Then I am going to just select this my profile from the browser and drag it into play.unity.com upload site, or I can click upload here, browse to my folder where I created this web profile, select this zipped file and click on open, and now this file will get uploaded to my Unity Play account. Once it is uploaded, then it will take some time to process the game. You have to wait for some time. Now you see your game build is successfully loaded. Now you can scroll down and give it a title. I am going to call this as Sudhindra SG Gaming Profile, and in description I will write collection of all my Unity work to showcase my Unity gaming skills. If I scroll down on the left hand side, I can upload a thumbnail image for this. So I can click here and I am going to come into my folder, and I had created this Satvik splash file of 1920 into 1080. I will click open and I am going to upload it. So this will be the screen that you are going to see. Enable public, anyone can view, and I have added mobile control to my game. If you enable this, then this will be accessible even on your mobile line. And if you have used any of the learning content that you have followed, you can go through here and you can just highlight it. So right now I am going to come here and choose Unity Essentials, and then if you click on the save button, now this will be saved and you are ready to play. Now if I click on the play button, now you can see my game is ready and I can click and start playing, and I will click back, and if you come into your account icon, avatar icon, you will have my games, and here all the games that you have uploaded will be available. Already here I have uploaded around 3 games, you can see here, and you can keep on uploading the Unity work that you have created here and share this link to see the profile. See, you have this user link. You can just copy this link and share it in your resume or in your LinkedIn, so that the users can go through all the Unity work that you have created. So right now I want you to take this link, copy it, and in your Linways you can submit it or share this via WhatsApp or through the e-learning assessment module. So with this, we have successfully completed our Unity web profile project, and I am going to go to file and save, and now you have got a fair idea about how to use Unity.